Living in a country undergoing a political, economic, and humanitarian crisis isn't easy for anyone, let alone a pregnant mother who has no way of accessing maternal health care. In the midst of the crisis, over 4 million Venezuelans have fled their home country in search of refuge, making this the largest exodus in the region's recent history. Of the 4 million refugees, thousands of them are pregnant women who have left Venezuela in search of safety for their children and for themselves. According to the UNHCR, Venezuelans are continuing to leave to escape violence, insecurity, and threats, as well as a lack of food, medicine, and essential services. The country's history of a political power struggle and socialism is the main cause of the people's need to escape. According to the BBC, Venezuela has been governed by a socialist party for the last 20 years, beginning with the leadership of Hugo Chavez. When Chavez died in 2013, the country was taken over by Nicolas Maduro. Maduro allowed the Socialist Party to take control of many institutions, causing the economy to collapse. As a result, people lacked access to basic supplies such as food, medicine, and oil. It's this lack of access to basic supplies that has left hospitals short-staffed, underprepared, and without electricity. In recent years, maternal deaths have grown by 65%, and child mortality after 6 days of being born has increased by 53%. Roxy Bel Polito, a 29-year-old Venezuelan mother, is just one of the many women who left to find safety. She was 3 months pregnant with her third child when she found out that the nearest hospital to her neighborhood in Maracaibo, Venezuela, had been shut down. Roxy Bell told the UNHCR that she decided to leave because she feared that if there were any complications, the hospital was not going to help her and that her baby would die. Roxy Bell decided to flee to Colombia with her 2 other children, Santiago, age 3, and Matias, age 2. After finally reaching Macau, Colombia, a city near the northern border of Colombia and Venezuela, Roxy Bell and her children were forced to spend 2 months on the streets. It is common for refugees seeking safety to have to take irregular routes that put them in danger of smugglers, traffickers, and other threats. Roxy Bell and her children finally found safety at the UNHCR Reception Center, which temporarily hosts up to 350 refugees for Venezuela, mostly women and children. A nurse at the center was able to check the health of Roxy Bell and her baby. This was something she had not been able to do in Venezuela. Roxy Bell said, "When I went to the hospital, there was no electricity. When I wanted someone to check my belly to make sure that things were fine, there was no one to give consultations. When I wanted a sonogram, they asked for an absurd amount of money that I was unable to pay." At the San Jose Public Hospital in Macau, Colombia, Roxy Bell found a very different reality from when she was in Venezuela. The photo here shows 6 Venezuelan women who recently gave birth, waiting to see a doctor at the San Jose Public Hospital. This hospital attended to over 1,000 Venezuelan women during the first quarter of 2019, said the coordinator of the gynecology and obstetrics. She said the hospital gives preferential treatment to pregnant women and does not discriminate based on nationality. Another woman who attended the hospital was Yorgelis Garcia, a 23-year-old Venezuelan who fled just 1 week before giving birth. Although she and her husband were forced to use dangerous, informal crossings to get to Colombia, she was able to give birth to a healthy baby girl. The people of Colombia are doing what they can to welcome and help refugees, but the vast amounts of refugees are causing the country's resources to wear thin. A majority of Venezuelans are being hosted in nearby countries in Latin America, with Colombia accounting for the most refugees, a shocking 1.3 million. In order to help provide refugees with the resources they need, it is important for the international community to come together to provide support. The International Rescue Committee is a nonprofit that responds to humanitarian crises. To help families like Roxy Bell's receive life-saving assistance, donate to the IRC today.